Hi, my name is Brian Byers. I am Employability Manager here at the university, and this is just a short webinar, recorded webinar, explaining to staff what the Ulster Edge Award is, how it works, and how we can get more students engaged. So what you can see on your screen is the employability portal, and what I'm going to show you first of all is really the students' view of the Edge Award, and I'll show you that in a second. For those of you that are unaware, the Edge Award has been in existence since 2011. And really, it is an award the students can achieve for completing extracurricular activities that are alongside and outside of their degree program. The aim of it is to help students develop their employability skills, self-awareness, confidence, to ultimately make them more employable. So it's really a framework of a whole range of different activities the students can complete, and then ultimately they graduate with their degree. But alongside that, they can also graduate with the Ulster Edge Award. There are two levels to the Edge Award. There's the Edge Award itself, and to complete that, students need to do 4 extracurricular activities, which are Edge accredited, and then there's the sort of higher level Edge Excel Award, which is for students who are supposed to be a bit more proactive or ambitious, and that requires a minimum of 6 activities to complete. But I'm going to scroll down. So this is the student employability portal. So we're going to scroll down and go to the Edge web pages, where we get lots and lots of traffic from students interested in the award or progressing through the award. One thing that we've developed recently is the student's ability to check their progress live within the employability portal. So we've got this personalized kind of profile page for students, and if a student clicks on this icon here, that will tell them what activities they've already completed, and that's been a big move forward for us. Now, if I click on the Edge Award webpage, this is what the students see, and as I say, in comparison to any other web pages, and we have lots of resources and lots of traffic coming to the employability portal. We get more traffic going to this web page than any other, which is interesting to note. So there's lots of student engagement going on, although we always are keen to work with staff to improve it further. So first thing is that the Edge Award is sponsored by PwC as one of the leading graduate employers in the UK and Northern Ireland. PwC provides support for the Edge Award each year, particularly to help us with student engagement. So over the last year, we've created Edge ambassadors teams for each campus. These are made up of students who work casually and part-time for us to help us really promote and get more students engaged with the Edge Award, and that's really worked well. So if I scroll down, it is a really good video. I encourage you to share it with your students or watch it yourself. Stephanie Gowdy, who's the recruitment lead in PwC in Belfast, really explains here why PwC are involved and why it's so important for students to develop outside of their degree and really push themselves out of their comfort zone in terms of the development of employability skills. The process for completing the Edge Award from a student's perspective is the steps are relatively straightforward. Student needs to register first of all via this link. And the reason they have to register is one, so that we can communicate with them on the basis that they've registered and they want to do the award, and we can then communicate with them in a really targeted way. The other reason is that it really helps us measure engagement. Students can register online. We also go into class and ask students, do they want to register? We can take their details and register them on their behalf, but largely it's a self-service sort of registration. Step 2 is then for a student to complete their activities. As I say, there's 4 activities for Edge Award, 6 activities for Edge Excel, and we'll look at the whole range of activities that students have to choose from in a minute. But students can start, we're keen for them to start in first year as soon as they start at university, and they've got up until well into semester 2 of their final year to complete those activities. And many of the activities, as you'll see in a minute, students will be completing anyway. So it's giving them credit for that. But for those that aren't completing activities, the Edge Award hopefully will give them that extra impetus and motivation to achieve it. As I've mentioned already, students can check their progress and then at any stage. And then once they're in final year in semester 2, they submit a final kind of reflective piece, a final application really through Blackboard, and that's available now for current final year students. This is just a list of some of the upcoming activities, especially we're really trying to get the final year students over the line. So really targeting those final year students that have 1, 2 or 3 activities and really trying to get them over the line as far as their final activities are concerned. So there's always lots of different activities that are coming up. So students have, one of the challenges we face with the Edge Award is the number of activities that are within it. So it's a good thing, it's a really positive thing, but in terms of communicating with students and presenting those activities and helping students choose them, that is actually a challenge. So the activities are categorized in the six named categories here. So you've got career and skills development, and I'll just look at 1 or 2 examples. You've got career and skills development, and within this category you've got a whole range of different sort of activities the students can complete, including some of our modules, such as project yourself with confidence, developing a professional identity. And then if you click the link to see all of them, you've got other sort of more specific activities, like Makaton, for example, or even some external activities that are accredited through Edge, things like the Belfast Enterprise Academy. We've also got the UOTC Leadership and Practice course, which students complete as part of Edge, and that's got amazing feedback over the last couple of years. And then recently we've added the Ulster University crowdfunding activity to that category as well. So lots and lots of choice. Second category is civic contribution, which you all know it's important to recognise the contributions students are making to local communities, and that can be through the likes of volunteering, tutoring in schools, programs such as Ulster Sports Outreach, which really, in terms of the number of hours that students get involved in supporting local communities and schools and groups, is really significant, and Edge is one way of gaining credit for that and really also helping them recognise the skills they're developing through those experiences. Then you've got work experience, placement and internships, which is kind of self-explanatory. In that category, you've got year-long placements are automatically counted as an Edge activity. Students can get credit for internships. Even through their part-time job, they can complete an activity to help them really understand the skills they're developing through their part-time job. That activity is called Work Experience Skills Builder. Then this is a sort of a key area for staff in that we have, this is our biggest category actually, where we have subject-specific activities or opportunities. So if I click on this link, you'll see there are particular activities that are being specifically developed, often by academic colleagues, that really create a more direct pathway for example, a law student or a nursing student to complete Edge in a way that's really related to their discipline. So we're keen to work with staff in schools and faculties to develop updated subject-specific activities. Beyond that, then you've got a category with sort of our developing a global vision, which is trying to get students to be more outwardly thinking. So that's about international experiences, study abroad, but also activities which help students develop the skills that help them think more globally and really think about competing in a global labour market. And then colleagues in Students' Union really have lots of different activities which are Edge accredited, such as their leadership development programme, course rep, student counsellor, and a whole range of other activities as well. So there's lots available. What students sometimes struggle with is actually where to start. But our advice to students is come in to speak to us. If you want to do it, we'll show you a pathway that you know, sort of how you can navigate and complete Edge or Edge Excel. We're very happy to work with faculties and schools to create maybe more bespoke pathways for Edge that are more focused on the subject areas that you focus on. So that is really the Edge Award. As I say, at the end, there is a sort of short, reflective, written piece that the final year students can submit in semester 2. There's also an Edge Excel Student of the Year competition, and for students that want to be considered for that, they nominate themselves by submitting a sort of an elevator pitch video, again through the Blackboard area that's available to all final year students that are registered on Edge. Last thing I want to show you then is this sort of staff-facing information on Edge. So we're in the process of developing the data dashboard for staff, and as part of that, you'll be able to download data on Edge for your students. So how many students are registered from your course, your program, your school, your faculty, how many students have graduated in recent years with Edge or Edge Excel, what's the rate of activity completion. So that'll really help you measure how your students are engaged or maybe not engaged in completing Edge, and that we can help with that if there's improvements required there. From here, though, you can also propose your own activities. So there might be things that you're doing as a staff member that um, you think could fit like a glove into Edge, and it should be accredited through that. Um, and we're very happy to look at that and discuss it and make it part of Edge. Or it might be that we want to think of a new activity focused on career development or employability skills that could really get your students involved in Edge more and could just fit into this. And you just submit a short form describing what that activity is, and then we would have some discussions about how we would moderate that and how it would be recorded on the Edge database and make it visible to students and promote it to students. So so that is the Ulster Edge Award.